Welcome to Station 9, Top Stitch. Tools and supplies that you're going to need are straight stitch sewing machine, 1040 thread, scissors, scraps to practice on. In this demonstration we are using white thread, so it will show up a little better. You will be using black thread. If you have never sewn on foam, practice first using some foam and fabric scraps. There may be test samples that you can practice on from Station 7. Trim if needed and turn right side out. You will have to force the foam in the seam allowance to fold it over. Fold the layers of fabric even so that the seam is at an exact edge. This is important. If you do not get the seam at the exact edge, the nylon will get caught in the zipper. Ask me how I know this. Top stitch approximately 1/4 inch from all sewn edges using a medium long stitch length. When you are done, check to make sure the seam is at an exact edge. You can practice on the curved armhole scraps from Station 7 too. Keep in mind that the vests themselves are easier to top stitch than the samples, so take heart. When you are done, check your work. You can see this one is puckered a little bit. Once again, the samples are more difficult than the actual vests. Here's a square practice piece. You can see that this one, that is easier to sew. When you get to the corner, put your needle down, lift the foot, and turn the fabric. Lower the foot and keep sewing. When you feel confident, try a vest. Sew down one front edge. Turn the corners as you did on this practice scrap by putting the needle down, lifting the foot, pivoting the fabric. Then put the foot back down and continue sewing. When you sew around the side vents, pivot around the corners at the top of the vent. Continue across the bottom around the second vent and then up the other front edge. Next, sew around the armhole, about 1/4 inch from the edge. Ironically, the trimming of this curve makes it hard to keep straight during the top stitching. You may really need to push over to keep the seams right on the edge. Next, repeat the second armhole and then check your work. Pass the vest on to Station 10.